Spiritually
Spiritually un.
Man, what's happening? We back in tune. We back at it again, y'all. It is Friday, March 10th. Big shout out to these Pisces, you know what I'm saying? To all the birthdays that's today and this month. We repping hard, you know what I'm saying? Yo, don't forget to set them clocks back this weekend. Daylight savings time. How many of y'all forgot that on the real? Real talk, big energy today, y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, because guess what? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be with your boy. You did. You know, today is brought to you by Riverside FM. If you're trying to get that podcast off the ground and you tired of these janky platforms, yo, give Riverside FM a shout and a holler. You know what I mean? You get to download all each form, each video, you know what I'm saying, separately in 4K. Real talk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. How you feeling, man? Real talk. It's Friday, y'all. Turn up. I know a lot of y'all got paid. I know a lot of y'all finna hit the club. I don't know if y'all Midwest or whatever, but out here, man, this weather is janky. Big up to Chi-Town, you hear me? But I got my brother I'm finna bring on in a bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Peace and love, everybody who joined in. Like I say, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be with your boy. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Much love, much love. Hey, big up to Facebook, big up to YouTube, Twitch, Bigo. Hey, I appreciate the love. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Do what you got to do to get this message out, to mess with the algorithm so people can hear this message. Yo, today is Friday, Family Talk Friday, and we exposing this thing that we like to call trauma. Trauma is something that we don't like to talk about in our urban communities, but we finna talk about it. We finna be a little vulnerable today. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Real talk. But before we step further, we gotta set the tone. You know what I'm saying? The purpose of this here is to grow to a better version of ourselves. I speak of energy of understanding, healing, love, and solitude. Now let's dive deep. I would like to bring to the platform, bring to the camera, my boy, my brother, Mr. Allwell himself. How you feeling, sir?
That's the word, buddy.
I appreciate you for tuning in, man. You could
No
have been
question.
anywhere, bro, but you chose to be here, and I
No
appreciate that.
question. I definitely had to lock in, man. No question.
Absolutely. Hey,
No
before we get
question.
started, man, a quick trauma stat that you don't know. Maybe you know what I'm saying? People out there that's tuning in don't know. But 1 out of 10 children under the age of 6 living in the major American city, meaning the urban areas, has reported witnessing a shooting or a stabbing. That's wild business, man. I'm talking about under 6 shooting or stabbing ain't nothing for no child at that
That's
age.
heavy.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's 59 to 90% of children and the youth in the community that has already reported trauma exposure. So that's 60 to 90% of youth that has experienced it already. That's wild
That's,
business, man.
that's super happy, man.
That's super heavy. Real talk. Real talk. So without no further ado, let's introduce yourself, bro.
Yeah, you go to God, man. You know,
Introduce your
Southside
brand, bro.
Chicago, man.
Yes,
God
sir.
body brand.
Yes,
On the
sir.
real, I've been
Yes,
around
sir.
for a minute. I just be under the routes working, man.
I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing.
No
Big ups to
question.
your brand, though, bro. This is definitely a
Yes,
part of a
sir.
part of his work. Yeah,
God
come on,
body.
show that off, bro. Yes, sir.
God body brand, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Something right, something right.
Yes,
The
sir.
goal is to be godly,
the,
man.
the goal is definitely to be godly. And hey, look, y'all, I ain't just saying this because it's my brother, but this is quality material. Like most
Question.
people that be, I got T-shirts, I got but you got a brand, and I can appreciate that. And like I
No
told you
question.
before, bro, I mess with you because it's quality, and I see the
Facts.
vision, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Facts.
This, and the material was dope. You hear me? Real talk.
No
Real talk.
questions. I appreciate you for sure.
Real
You've been
talk.
locked
Real
in
talk.
for a minute, man.
Since
I
high
definitely
school.
appreciate it.
Real
No, for
talk.
sure. For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes,
About
sir. Let's
15
keep it
years
moving
now.
up. Absolutely. Oh, the real. Oh, the real. What's your zodiac sign, bro?
I'm a Taurus.
Big
Taurus,
Taurus
man.
season. Yes, sir.
Beginning,
Big
the
Taurus.
beginning. I guess I'm the beginning. Well, April 22nd. That's like the beginning of it when it kick off on the real.
Nah,
But yeah,
Taurus kick off in March. No,
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 it's
you right.
no,
No, you
yeah.
right. You right. I'm tripping.
'Cause
That's
I
me.
think, yeah, I think the Aries like on the 20th, so it's like the
Yeah.
21st or the 22nd
Yeah,
when it
you
kick
right.
off.
You sure right. Right, because Taurus go into May.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
You right. You
Yes,
right.
sir.
Pardon the body. Yeah, you right.
Yes,
You
sir.
right. So, tell the people that's listening, man, where exactly did you grow up at?
Man, I grew up across Western, man. So I don't know too many people know about cross Western, but yeah, like Western to Kersey on the real. Like I grew up from 63rd to 67th, from Fairfield, Washington. All those was like our two little main blocks. But yeah, man, cross Western, it was a different. We got a lot of Migos over there.
All
We
day.
got, yeah, it
Yeah, it's
was that.
tough. Hey, a lot of people don't understand the culture in Chicago. It's so divided. Like you say, you got to cross Western, but then after you get back towards Damon, it's a whole nother culture.
Man, a
You know what
whole
I'm saying?
soon as you cross Claremont, when you get to
Point,
Oakley, Bell,
point. It's
it's
like
a whole different world.
a whole different thing. Then,
It's a
then,
whole,
then you get back over to Halsted.
and it's
Then
another world.
it's another world. Then you got the hundreds. Then you got the low end. You know what I'm saying? Then you got over east. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Man, it's a jungle for real. It is
a
a
big
jungle.
jungle.
It's a jungle,
Real
man.
talk. Only the strongest survives. Real talk.
Yeah, shout out to the Trado, man. They be saying we not from 63rd. We actually from 63rd.
Yes, sir. Yes,
No
sir. Yes,
question.
sir. And salute anybody who was raised in Chicago.
No
Real talk.
question.
You know what I'm saying?
No question.
Whether if you was thugging, whether if you was going to school, regardless, bro, you from the trenches. If you from Chicago, bro, you from the
Right.
trenches because you could have got caught up at any given
Any
time.
anywhere on the real. Any
Real talk.
anytime, anywhere.
Anytime, anywhere. Real
For
talk.
real.
It's crazy. A lot of people don't understand that, but we definitely got a different energy about ourselves because we can go anywhere. We can get to
For
talking
sure.
the way we move. Matter of fact, we ain't even got to say nothing. The mob be like, look at us a little different.
And what's so crazy is like that's how God worked though. Like the block I actually lived on is like the middle of where all the chaos. The chaos is all to the left of
Mm-hmm.
me, all to the right of me. The block I'm
Mm-hmm.
placed on is like directly in the middle. So my whole life I've been able to go on this side. I've been able to go on that
Facts.
side, So
Facts.
it's like, yeah, but man. It was definitely chaotic, man.
I'm already knowing. See, I was from over east, but my stomping grounds, of course, 68th Winchester. You got
Indeed.
70th and Laughlin, stayed over there. You know what I'm
Indeed.
saying? But the brothers that was on the block used to stay over on Campbell. So I think it was 65th. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
yeah, facts,
Shout out
facts,
Fat
facts,
Boy. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of them things, man. I'm already knowing how it was.
facts. And it's so crazy because literally that's the only block. That's really like the only block that the guys had for that, because our whole
Real
area
talk.
was gangsters. So it's like
Right,
that
right.
one little block, and then maybe on Mozart once the general came around now. But other than that, it was like, yeah, we was in the mess
In the midst of that shit, I'm already knowing.
for surely.
Yeah, yeah. So, paint a picture of your childhood growing up and who raised you.
Man, my childhood was kind of like it was kind of like mixed because like when I was 8, and that's crazy because going back to the statistic you just said at the beginning of this,
Yeah.
when I was 8, I seen my first friend get killed.
Damn.
So it's like And I literally remember the day. I remember what we was doing. I remember the shots going off. I remember everybody taking off. I remember us running this way, her
Yeah.
running this way, and ended
Yeah.
up hit. So it's like from 8 to forever, it always been in my like. At first you think like, oh, it ain't gonna happen to the kid. We kids,
Right. 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 Real
So
talk.
my whole childhood growing up, seeing that happen, I'm like, kids be down too. We gotta,
Anybody can
we
get it.
can't, man, look, man. So
It's
it's
fucked
like,
up.
besides that, like from majority of the time, it was pretty cool. Like across Western used to be pretty cool, man. It was the little regular stuff, little fights and
Yeah.
everything. But other than
Yeah.
that, it was block parties, everybody kicking it, everybody. Like I said, I started doing music when I was like 11, maybe 10, 11. I
Yeah.
built my first studio when I was 12.
Yes, sir.
So
We remember the CDs, bro.
facts.
Oh my mama, what you talking about?
Facts. So it was like I used to get all the talented people and sneak them in my house, 12,
Yeah.
13. I'm sneaking them in the crib to record their
Yeah.
mixtapes and stuff,
Yeah.
So it was like I had like a music based childhood. That's from my father though. My father, he did music my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like engineering and like
Okay.
trying to perfect
Mm.
while he was down there making beats and trying to get the sound all the way on point. I'm like, damn, I want to start rapping on the real.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
helped me build the studio, and then I just was doing music from there. But yeah, my father, he basically well, I grew up with my mother and my father, of course, in the same crib. But my father, we really had the connection,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
real, because
Yes,
it
sir.
was like he the music person. I'm trying to do
Mm-hmm.
music on the real.
Right.
He
Right.
I need some equipment, or I need a mic, or I need whatever. He yeah, just use this. So
Yeah.
so he got me on my path for that, for surely on the real, for sure.
Definitely big up to pops.
Yeah,
Real
hundred
talk.
percent, hundred
Cause my
percent.
cause my pops is the reason why I always was into music. I was the band man. You feel me? And
Facts,
still
facts.
to this day I still play drums. You know what I'm saying? But
Indeed,
my
indeed.
father was the reason. My father played bass
And that
guitar. Yeah.
and that's correct. My old man, he played drums at the church my whole life.
See.
So
Yep.
it's
Yep.
like, but we got keyboards, so now
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing the stuff that he doing on the keyboards, and I'm like, okay, I can do my little own little.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Real
never
talk.
learned how to actually like read notes and do the like the technical,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
anything I hear in my head or anything I hear, I know how to mimic and play it.
Point.
So I used to
Point.
hear different sounds and different beats that I want to play in my head, and I go straight down there, show me how to use this drum machine, hook the drum machine up, make the sounds, whoop,
Real
save it
talk.
to they had floppy disks then. I
Absolutely.
saved
I was
it.
I was just finna say what you had a MPC joint. Was it a Kai?
It was before the MPC, man. It was before, yeah, it was
Mm.
way before the MPC. The
Yes,
MPC
sir.
was the new this
Okay,
busting on the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
real,
yeah. Right,
yeah.
right, right.
But it was I can't think of the name of it. It was a little small machine. It had 8 tracks on it, so you could layer eight different tracks on it.
Yeah, you
And by
taking
the
that shit
time
back.
by the time I stopped doing that, when the MPC came out, I was already on Fruity Loops. So I was
Facts,
doing Fruity Loops my whole majority of my life on the
facts,
real.
facts,
Yeah,
facts.
man.
So that just roll over into the next question, and that's was your father active in your life?
Oh yeah, 100%, like 1,000% on the real. My old man, he really like I ain't never like I was kind of bad when I was a shorty, but I ain't never had like how people got role models who will be rappers or be gangsters or
Yeah, yeah.
like my old man always been my role model since I was a
That's what's
shorty
up.
because he like the only person who I learned like real positive, real genuine love from, real morals, respect,
Yeah,
patience, everything I learned from my old man. So it's like I ain't never want to be like no other nigga or no
right.
other person. You feel me? I always want to be what my old man was on the real. So yeah, he like never missed a game, never missed
Yes,
I'm talking
sir.
about game. I ain't even do sports. I did tumbling though.
Right, 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 right,
I did
right. Fact.
tumbling though, so I should have said never missed an event. You know,
Right,
like
fact.
I anything I got, anything I'm doing, he's supporting 100%, 1,000% on the
That's
real,
what's up.
thousand
That's what's
percent.
up.
So yeah, he was super active, man.
I had to react to that because of course you answered it, but I had to highlight that again because we don't hear that. You know what I'm saying nowadays, fathers being there. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for surely.
Especially brothers our age. You know what I'm saying? And especially the new this generation now. Of course, majority of the time, yeah, my father don't know
Facts,
yet. You feel me?
facts.
So
And I'm talking
I was
about my father was a lot of other people fathers too. You draw,
facts,
so it was like
facts.
on the real, like he, like yeah, man. He was super on point, man. On the
Yeah.
real, super on point. For
Salute the
surely.
pops, man. Real talk. Matter of
Facts,
fact,
facts.
salute to all the black fathers, man, who is active. And I
No
ain't talking about
question.
just throwing no money. I'm talking about with their time and actually instilling, you know what I'm saying, morals, like you said, bro, into they
Facts.
children, they see. Because if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be here. So that's they due diligence to do that.
Ah,
You feel me?
for surely, for surely. Like I'd have been dead or locked up forever if I wouldn't have listened to, even though I
Yeah.
still did things and realized later, like, damn, my
Right.
daddy done
Right.
told me all this on the
Right.
real.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
it's like
Right.
once it snap in, it ain't. It's solid on
Facts.
the real. So yeah, he
Facts.
guided me through a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah. I
sure.
know, man. Hey, bro. You know, y'all Tauruses, man, could be stubborn at times, bro.
Oh yeah, I ain't used to want to hear nothing.
Hey, let me tell you something. So,
I ain't want to hear nothing.
that bull boy stubborn boy. My daughter so stubborn, and my OG Taurus too. So
Facts.
this is like I'm talking about man, but I ain't got nothing but love for Taurus. And I ain't just saying that because you my boy. I ain't got nothing but love for Taurus is because Taurus is I like to call y'all sturdy and y'all stern and y'all stand on point. Like most
No
Tauruses that I
question.
know, they say they gonna do something, they gonna do it,
No
and
question.
most of y'all be on time. I say that, and
No
time is
question.
important for me because if you respect time, that means you respect me. You
Yeah,
feel me?
super important. Super important to me, man. I
Yeah,
lost 3 years of my life, so time is
facts,
real
facts.
important.
People don't understand that,
Real.
man. People don't understand it. Even little time, little 5 minutes, any 2 minutes, it don't matter. Don't waste my time, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That's crazy. Hey,
Facts.
so bro, tell us about a traumatic experience that took place with a family member, a friend. And I know you talked about your homie that, when you was 8. If it's another traumatic experience that you wanna expound on about a family member or a friend.
So like so the same situation basically, but um so the same situation basically like a short version of the story, is it was everybody out on the block, little kids, we playing, big guys, they down there hooping.
Yeah.
Something happened on the court. They not people getting into it.
Right.
Um, Dude and them go get pipes.
Right. Yeah.
My brother
Fact.
out. My people who with my brother, they went and go get pipes too.
Right. Facts.
So now shots get to going off this way. My brother and them shooting back this way, trying to get dude and them off of them.
Right.
Shorty get changed,
Damn.
and in the midst of it, like if you do a crime, whether you the person who doing it or not, if you involved in somebody dying, then they
Right.
charging you with it too.
You too. Fact. All day.
So my brother ended up getting charged when I was 8. He got like they gave him like 80 years when I was 8 years old on the real. So like
Damn.
yeah, they gave him an 80, and he had to do 40 off the 80. But then like I guess like 10 years maybe or 9, 10 years into his sentence, he won his appeal, and they he gave 40 years back. So he only had to do 20 off the 40 years. on the real. So he ended up doing his whole dub and coming home. But
Man,
yeah, that's just like, and that's crazy because that's the first time I ever seen my mama cry. Like when my brother got that time. So it was like, yeah, bro. It's like, man, I even as a child, it I've seen like, damn, these the people who my brother with, they not doing nothing for him while he
right,
locked up. They not da 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 da. I don't never
right.
want to be in
Yeah,
this situation. I
real
don't
talk.
want to mess with none of these type of guys. I don't want to. So it shaped me early, early. It shaped
Hey,
me
hey,
early,
bro, could you repeat that for the little homies that's listening? What you said about
man.
you know, real talk. They ain't
Which pod, man? If you with somebody, you don't even have to be the person doing the crime. Like the shots that killed Shorty didn't come from my
yeah.
brother or his
It's,
people,
right, right.
but everybody got booked because she died.
Everybody got booked. Yeah, yeah,
So it's like you gotta be aware of. That's why I don't. When you learn people, and it's a lot of people who they just be in situations with people who they don't want to be in, or they had got into a car and really don't want to be in this car,
real talk.
but you can't look like a lame or a goofy to them. So
Right.
you done got in the car and you done threw at man, bro. I got so many, bro. I got homies that's like gone for 10 minutes, 10 minutes, five
Man,
5 minutes.
man, bro, let me tell you something, man. Like you just said, some of the biggest issues is because the homie don't want to look like a lame. Don't want to look like a
No, for
goofy.
sure,
I ain't finna ride in there. Nah, you smart, bro.
for
You
sure.
smart because you didn't get in there.
Man, one thing that saved my life, my old man, and it was around the same, I was a shorty, like around 10, 11. Man, he used to tell me, if it don't have nothing to do with you, go the other way.
Go the other way.
And it's crazy because looking back, I know a lot of people probably felt some type of way about me going the other way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
People who locked up right now,
Yeah,
who if I would have went that way with them, I would
you
have
would have
been
been there.
right with them.
Yeah,
Or people who went that way and they died, and I would have been changed right along with them.
right along with it.
So it's like you gotta, man. Listen, this you man. Look, I suggest everybody just stay on the sidewalk, man.
Stay on the
On the real.
sidewalk. Shit, better yet, stay in the goddamn house. Don't go.
Man, for real.
Shit, stay put up. You feel me?
Streets is
Oh,
over, man.
the
It's
streets
over.
over with, bro. That shit dead.
It's over.
That shit dead. Cause ain't no love back. Ain't no love coming back off that shit, bro.
Man, it is over. It's
I'm
over,
telling you,
bro.
I learned that shit early. I used to do a lot of kicking when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? On the block, doing whatever. Woo woo. Man, but one thing about me, that jail shit ain't for me. I got booked twice. That shit ain't for me, bro. That
Man,
that shit ain't for me, man. My little brother just got doing an 8 year bid. He just
man,
got out. You know what I'm saying? He number 23.
man.
20, you hear me? 23. All my little brothers, man. You know,
And it's
man.
so crazy because when I was what 13, how old are you when you were a freshman? About 13 or something?
14,
14,
14,
14?
15, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so like 14, 15, my whole little circle went this way. Whole time, I think my baby mama, she was coming up the block at the time, and I was with them. But she ended up, I'm like, man, let me walk her to the crib real quick.
Right.
Ooh, I end up walking her to the crib, and just like that,
Just like that.
they was gone for, they got snatched up. They was gone for years, bro. I think the lease was like 2.5 years, maybe 3.5 years. Another one had to do 4.5 years, so that's 9 years, and you got to do 4.5 years off that. So it's like when I was a shorty, all my homies got snatched early on the real, early. So it was like that's kind of why I was how I was when I was at Curie, because it
Right,
was
right,
like, oh, man, all my homies gone on the real.
right.
So it was like I was a little wild, man.
Young too. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure, young, for sure, for
yeah, that
sure,
shit
for
wild,
sure.
bro.
On real, when you 13, when you 14, 15, and you getting 9 years, eight
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was 19 when they gave me my 6 years, but they offered me 12. My first offer was 12 years. My first case ever.
That shit wild.
Yeah, it's heavy, man, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's
it
like,
is.
man, it's heavy out here, man. Stay on the sidewalk, man.
Stay on the sidewalk, old shit. Hey, fact. And the fucked up part about it is that, man, you know what I'm saying, the youngins don't know law. They don't know.
No, for sure.
And if you you know what I'm saying, relying on the PD to help you out, you know what I'm saying, you screwed, bro. You fucked
For
up.
sure. For
You know what I'm
surely, on
saying?
the real. And a lot of people think they don't have, they a lot of people think that they don't have nothing to live for to an
Mm-hmm.
extent.
Right,
So
right.
it's like once you realize how valuable your time is and how valuable your life is, period, you will stay out them jams because it's everything stopped when you locked up. I was kind of
Everything.
popular. I was kind of popular before I got locked up,
Yeah.
and I got locked up, and it was like, damn, where are my people?
Right.
But it was like my old man already told me once you get locked up, all that's gonna stop.
Oh, that's gone.
So it was like that's why I tomorrow gonna be the anniversary. I got out March 11, 2011, and I
Yes,
ain't
sir.
never went back to the joint since
Yes, sir. Salute to
because
you.
I understand like I'm not gonna go through this again on the
No, sir.
real. I ain't
No,
about to
sir.
go through this again.
Hell no. Motherfucker tell you when you gotta eat. Nigga,
Man, it's a different world, bro.
on the real. I can go sit in silence by myself without nobody telling me to. On the real, you know what I'm
Facts,
saying? Like,
facts. Can't open your door when you want to.
none of that. No fresh air when you want it. No, no sir. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
all
it's
the way
terrible.
good. On the
It's
real.
terrible, man.
So you was talking about your brother getting locked up when you was younger. Um, how did it affect his? How did it affect him as a man at that age?
And see, I'm not really sure because, like I was saying, I was so young when it
Mm-hmm.
happened. I was like 8 or 9 when they
Okay.
like finally. So it was like I didn't get no relationship with him until I was in the
Mm,
joint.
okay.
And then once I was in the joint, now he in the joint over there, I'm in the joint over here. Now we writing back and forth, and I'm
Right.
kind of learning him more. And
Exactly.
even though I used
Yeah.
to talk to him all the time when he called the crib and whoa, but it was
But
like,
still.
man, I can't even really say how it affected him, but I know, like when he came home, he got straight on business.
Straight on business.
He passed up people who was out here for 10, 15 years already. He passed them right up
Yes,
on the
sir.
real. So it was like he definitely got out and got straight on, got married, got a big nice crib on the
Yeah.
real. He tucked off in the
Yeah.
country. Yeah,
Real
he
talk.
doing real good, man. But I couldn't even say like being snatched at that age, being snatched at 19 and doing 20 years straight, like on the
That's
real.
wild.
Like I used to hear story when I was in a joint, people was coming to my joint telling me story because he was like a chess king in the joint. On the real.
Mm.
Yeah, he won like a lot of
Mm.
championships in chess. So
Yeah, he was smart
like they
then.
was yeah, for oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I believe I'm like 90% that he was like valedictorian at Whitney Young, bro.
Yes, sir.
On
Yes,
the
sir.
real. So he was like super smart on the real. No bad. Like all my other brother, the one missing, Booby, he was the valedictorian at Harper. My
Yes, sir.
sister Cookie,
Shout
she
out
was
to
the
Harper.
yeah, she was the valedictorian on the real when she graduated. So it was like, yeah, they but it's like back then being smart, you was a goofy or you was a nerd or you
And
was a
I was just finna say that shit, man. Like people don't understand that. I think the roles then got like flipped, bro. Cause like back in the day, the old school gangsters used to, shirt and tie, suit. You know what I'm saying? They used to walk with a different kind of finesse. You know what I'm saying? But
indeed,
they were
indeed,
intelligent like a motherfucker, man. It was like important for you to go to school. You know what I'm saying? And
indeed.
I remember at one point, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers used to check up on me. You know what I'm saying? You going to school, you going to class. Like that's
No,
how
facts,
that's how it used to be. You
facts,
feel me? And
facts.
some way along down the line, bro, it got, I don't know, flipped that being stupid is cool. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
they
I don't
think
know.
they think they think gangster is what they think gangster is, you know?
I
So it's
don't think they
like,
understand what gangster mean, bro.
no, not at all. But they realize it when it's too late for them to
When it's too
realize
late
it.
for me,
That
yeah.
like, it's like this ain't a lot of stuff I used to do. I thought was gangster on
Right.
the real.
Real
When I
talk.
realized, like, damn, they could have killed me, or they could have
Real talk.
anything could have happened on the
And
real. It's like, hell, no, you better slow down on the
slow
real.
down.
So yeah, yeah,
On
it
the
was
real.
bad. I learned quick, man.
This shit wild, bro. Moving
Facts.
along though, man. Tell us about your most traumatic experience.
Man, my most traumatic experience would probably be man, losing my little brother, my homie Devo, man.
Mm,
Like yeah, so I was living in Vegas. I end up my one of my closest people, Lee Riss, he got killed, and I end up coming to the city for like for a couple weeks or something,
mm-hmm.
bumping into my baby mama, getting my baby mama pregnant.
All right.
Then I'm like, the month's getting closer for her to have a baby. I'm still living in Vegas. I'm like, then I gotta come be closer to my shorty. So
Right.
I end up leaving Vegas and moving back to the city on the real. And then like 6 months later, 5 months later, 6 months later, mistaken identity, our car that they thought was somebody else's car, I guess that they was in tour with, pulled up to the side of the car, shot the car up
Damn.
on the real. I got shot 3 times. My little brother, he got shot one time in the back of the neck. And yeah, he died 2 weeks later on the real. That shit that's like that's like, man, it was like, cause this somebody you with every
Every
day.
day.
Like this somebody you with every day. And I'm 4 years older than him, so it's like I'm treating you like my real little brother. Like
Yeah.
I ain't got no little brothers. I'm the youngest, so it's
Right.
like, and we on the same, like we
Mm-hmm.
super on the same. So
Yeah.
it's like that was man, that really like really my life in a lot of ways, bro, on the real. And I'm just blessed that it didn't change it for the worse, I guess,
Yeah.
because that could have went like a whole different way and we wouldn't be talking. But
Nah, real talk.
at that point I understood, like, um and it's so crazy, bro. Like a quick little deep story, right,
Go
man?
ahead. Go ahead.
Literally 2 months before we got shot, uh one of my homies, named Vino, he got shot. And he was in a hospital. I just was strolling on Facebook and I'm like, damn, Vino in a hospital. So I inboxed him. I'm like, damn, is you good, bro? Woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo. And he like, man, bro, you gotta call me right now. That's 2 months prior to me getting shot. So I called him. He like, man, bro, I really don't believe in God like that. But he was
Yeah.
like, I was just in a coma for the last woo amounts of days. And he was like, something was talking to me, but it wasn't talking to me about me. It was talking to me about you.
Mm.
So he gave me this whole little drawings, like something is about to happen that's going to change your life. And it's going to dictate if you're going to be successful as you want to be or if you're going to throw everything away. He
Damn.
told me like a lot of things, like your testimony going to be able to save people. A lot of different things in the conversation you draw. And I'm used to divine stuff happening. So
Right.
I'm super locked into the
Yeah. Hell yeah.
conversation,
Facts.
especially when somebody tell you they was just in a coma and someone was talking to them about you.
Right. Right.
So it was like my alert was high at
Yeah.
first, and then as the months going down, it's dropping and dropping, and then after that happened, and I'm in the hospital. I'm like, damn, like, this just tell me
He
something
did
was
tell
gonna
you.
happen that's gonna
Damn.
change. And then when Devo died, that really just like changed. It's like, man, bro, it's man, bro. It's like, and he don't gang bang. He ain't in the
Right.
streets. He not. He a super good shorty. So it's like to lose somebody like that innocently,
Right.
and like that's it. Man, bro, it hit me down for a long, long, long time, bro.
Hey, shit, I'm already knowing. So just imagining you being in a car when it happened. It's like that could have been me.
And then you got to draw. It's this. We got shot an hour before my birthday, so we on our way to the room to go turn up,
Right.
you know. And in the midst of that, this happened, and it was like we not thinking about, we thinking about we finna go party. It's finna be lit, and it happened like that
Just
on the
like
real.
that.
So yeah, bro, and that changed everything for me. I ain't gonna lie, like that changed so much. That changed a lot for me, bro.
So with that happening, how did that affect you as a person?
Man, it affected me in so many ways. Me in so many ways. Like, at first, I ain't gonna lie, like growing up, I was like a cold hearted shorty, bro.
Mm-hmm.
On the real. Like I was like a real cold person on the real. And in my brain, I'm like, if I was like that when this happened, then it's like it would have been a lot going on, on the
Right.
real, a
Facts.
lot going on. So it was like I had to control my hate. I had
Right.
to
Right.
control myself. I got people at the hospitals with 50 shots on them asking me where to go. And I can't tell them because I don't want them to go kill nobody
Right.
innocent because we don't know
Right.
what's going on. I don't know who
Right.
shot me on
Right.
the real. So it's like, I can't be like, oh, yeah, go, da, 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 and then, so it of course paranoid, like I was paranoid for some. I'm always paranoid, but it was just like
Man, shit. I
cars
feel you.
cars driving up on the side of me. I can't even a car driving up on the side of me on the real. So it was like, man, but I think the most was yeah, like it just made me overthink, like, okay, do I wanna go nail everybody and
Right.
throw everything away? Or accept what's going on, and like people used to me going the other way for surely,
Right. Right.
So but then it's not their life at the same time though. Then I gotta watch his mom.
Facts.
This her only son. So I gotta watch his mama cry, I gotta watch his daddy cry, I gotta watch, and it's like man, it's man, it's like it man, bro. It just made me, and it made me like fully aware that like I used to go anywhere comfortably because I felt like, said, I ain't did nothing to nobody out here. I'm
Right.
straight. On the real, I can go over here. I can go over here. I can go over here. On the real, I'm gonna make sure people see my whole face. No, boy, y'all
Right.
don't know me. I haven't did anything to nobody, so I'm straight
Facts.
wherever I go. But it just made me realize, like, man, you have to be on point all the time. It
All the
ain't no, it
time.
ain't no straight. Then when I got shot, bro, I was sitting on the ground, and this girl walked past, and I asked her to use her phone because I was trying to call the ambulance because
Right.
ain't nobody call the ambulance. Boy, she told me you not my. She told me you not my people and walked off on me.
Left you.
Man, so in my brain, it just like, damn, it's just me out here. So it's like I can't, yeah. So it just made me how I carry myself and how I move and it just made
Mm-hmm.
it put everything on a high alert, and I haven't stopped moving that since.
With that being said, bro, like I know how you dealing with it, but shit, how are you like healing, trying to heal from the situation and coping with the situation? Like, do you find yourself getting better? Do you revert sometimes?
No, I got better for surely. Like I got better. It took me literally, bro. No, it took me like a year and a half, 2 years just to sleep past a few hours. Like I couldn't sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I see it happening, and then I feel it happening.
Mm.
So it's like the thoughts is so strong. The thoughts so strong in your mind that you feel the shots again, or you feel them sticking them tubes in your to get to your lungs, and you feel it
Mm-hmm.
scraping on your ribs again on a
Shit.
real. So it was like man, I went through that for a long time, bro, on a real. So it was like I can't even say like exactly how, you know. I would say when people say time heals things, it just give you like a better understanding.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like I have to deal with this on the real. I can't keep being sad every day. I can't keep blaming myself for what's going on. I
But
can't
some
keep,
people do though, bro.
bro. I did for a long time. I
Yeah,
did. And then I'm the person who always on alert. I'm
yeah.
always watching to make sure all that's straight. So that's
Right,
really was heavy on
right,
me.
right,
Like
right,
how I
right.
wasn't, how I didn't peep this, or how I didn't woo woo, or so that's really like I went through that for a long, long, long time, bro. On the real, like a long time.
So let me ask you
So
this though, bro. I don't mean to
and
cut you off,
then
but let me ask you this: How did you blame yourself?
100%. Even
Damn.
though I knew that it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
Like was blaming me because first of all, they on the outside looking in. So they looking like, okay, this nigga be in the streets.
Right. But you don't know what's
Devil
going
don't
on.
do devil don't do nothing. So he must have been into it with somebody, or he must have da, 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 da. But I am a thorough
Yeah.
person. So
Facts.
I would never, if it was like, man, mama, I just got out on somebody, or this just happened,
Right.
ooh, and
Right.
I know they came back, I would have to say that,
Facts.
you know.
Yeah.
But then another thing is like he was straight in the hospital. He was cool for like the first 3 days. He was cool, so he got to
Yeah.
explain the story to his mom and his people too.
Yeah.
So they knew like this. It wasn't my fault. We turned down the wrong block, and they thought our car was somebody else's car, and they shot the car. So it's like, yeah. I just blame myself as far as like why I wasn't more on point,
On point.
which
Yeah.
even which even I can't even say that because at the end of the day, it's like it was a girl sitting in the back with us, right? So we heard one shot go off. And when we heard the shot, I'm just thinking somebody's shooting. So I'm telling everybody to get down. So Shorty, this was her first time ever in Chicago.
Damn.
So she's still sitting up shot. And I turned around and I pulled her down.
Right. Right.
And when I turned around and pulled her down, I started feeling
Damn.
So I'm telling little bro, like, man, pull the car off, bro, pull the car off. But I didn't know the first shot, they shot him first, so he
Damn.
couldn't pull off. When I got to the hospital, the doctor told me if I wouldn't have turned and pulled her down, that I would have died too. Because when I turned, it opened my ribs enough for the bullet to go straight through the ribs and through the path
Damn.
it did to not hit my heart. It's 3 inches. It was 3 inches from my heart. So
Shit.
I can't say if I would have been on more on point or woo 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 because I might have not did what I did and checked out.
Exactly.
So it's like, man, I just had to learn to accept it and try to on the real and try to make something positive out of it as
Yeah.
much as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to make something positive out of that situation, but you know,
Surely,
they say, what I'm saying, God will never put more on us than we can bear. And whatever
no
you do,
questions,
what I'm saying, whatever you do put on us is for a reason. You know what I'm
no
saying?
questions,
So it's
no
it's always a
questions.
lesson in everything that we go through. That
No, for sure.
I remember the day that my little brother got booked. You know what I'm saying? We was at a school. I was teaching it because I've been teaching drums and music. That's me,
Yeah,
right? So shit, we over here at the school and shit. little bro, like, man, I'm finna leave. And I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, because we got a performance tonight, you know what I'm saying, at this little club. So I'm like, nah, little bro, you not going nowhere. You finna. He like, nah, I'll be back. And when he said
yeah.
that, I'm like, something finna happen.
Wow.
So I'm talking about, so I had got a call, of course, he got booked. All right, cool. But when they sent him to 10 years, man, bro, for the longest, I blame myself, even though I knew it wasn't my fault. But
Facts.
shit, I felt
For
like
not trying to keep him there. Indeed.
point.
Indeed.
I was trying to
Indeed though.
keep him from, you know what I'm saying? But everything is a lesson. And sometimes, I don't know, man, lessons is hard to learn, bro.
No, for surely. For surely. For
Yeah,
surely,
lessons is
man.
hard to learn, bro.
For surely.
That shit wild, man. Did you go to therapy? And what's your thoughts on therapy?
No, I actually so for a long time I didn't believe in therapy, period.
Mm-hmm.
Cause to me it was like I don't have these conversations with a lot of people,
Right.
because when I tried to like, all right, let me try to talk to somebody about this, or try to, it was like a lot of people, I don't want to say lack empathy, but some people just can't understand this type of stuff.
They not.
So it's like for a long time I was thinking like, why I'm gonna go to a therapist and tell them all this stuff which they really don't care about, and them trying to give me some advice that
Right.
I done overthought 1,000 times. It's
1,000
literally
times.
nothing that you can tell me
Right.
or tell me to try that I haven't tried or that I haven't. So to me, it was like, I'm not going to no therapist. But
Right.
then like I would say it's good to it's like I use my brother Dub. I use him for a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I know he love me. I know
Right.
that he understand that I'm hurt behind my people dying. So it's a genuine reaction. It's a
Right.
genuine. It's no advice. I know I could talk to him, and
Facts.
it's going. I could release everything, and it's not just like somebody who just like I don't even care about what
Right.
Shorty said.
Facts.
Like it's somebody
Facts.
who could run the whole story back to you because they paid
Mm-hmm.
attention to everything that was going
Facts.
on. So it's like which I do. I am going therapy. I am going to try. I'm still going to try therapy.
Yeah.
Like, cause somebody, I can't think exactly who it was, but one of my people, they was going to therapy, and when I told them going to no therapist, what the way they broke it down to me, I'm like, okay, I could attempt to see, if it,
Right.
like what's to it. Period. I ain't just
Right.
going. At first, I was shooting it all the way down, though. I didn't
I'm
think
already
I didn't
knowing.
think it'd help me.
Right. Right. Man, I'm gonna tell you this. I had met this Indian doctor, and he was what was it? He mental health. He was like big in that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He had degrees in that shit. So I asked him like, man, so you must deal with a lot of traumatic, you know what I'm saying, experiences with patients that
Yeah.
deal with. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he like, man, he just breaking that shit down. I'm like, I don't really believe in therapy like that. And
Yeah.
then I went on to tell him like, man, therapy ain't always gotta go to nobody with a degree. And he made a statement. He was like, man, there's many stages of therapy. So just like what you just said, bro, the fact that one, you pinpoint it, it's a problem. That's
Facts.
that's that's step number one. Then step number two, you outwardly talking about it. It don't matter who you outwardly talking to it about. It don't
For
matter.
sure.
Like you say, even though he didn't give you no sound advice, but technically he did because he listened. You know what I'm saying? And
No,
he
for sure.
actually had your best interest at heart.
For
So
sure.
even right now, this therapy for you, this
No, for
therapy for
sure.
me. You
For
feel
sure.
me? It's the
For
the, the
sure.
first thing we got to learn how to do, man, is just talk about it. Because
For sure. And see,
everybody, uh-huh,
like I used before I had somebody to talk to, because people always ask me like why, like I've been doing music forever. So people always ask like, man, I don't know how you ain't made it yet, bro. Da, 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 da. But
right,
mainly because I use music for therapy on a
right,
real, like literally the stuff that I can't talk about. I know how to write and I know how to
right,
form.
Yeah.
even if the next person don't understand the stories or this person don't understand the stories, I understand what's going on and I was able to get it out,
Facts.
on the
Facts.
real. So it's like even some of them songs I can't even listen to now because I don't want to go back to, but I was able to get it out. So it's
Right.
like it's refreshing to music a lot of the times on the real. So like I did a lot of my venting, a lot of my venting through music, bro. On the
Yeah.
real, a lot.
Yeah. I feel like if we ain't had that outlet, like if I ain't had drums, I feel like if you ain't have music, man, we may not be where we at right now.
No, 100%. Because
Real talk.
I never knew I never knew what depression was. I never knew what anxiety attacks,
Right.
panic attacks. I never knew what
Mm.
these things were until something started happening to me, and then I had to explain to a doctor what was going on, and they telling me like, "Oh, well, you had a panic attack." Whoa, whoa, and I'm like, "A panic attack?"
Right.
So it was happening like that was happening for like a year, probably then 2 years. But it was like once I learned to control my brain or control, you know,
Right.
once I learned how to get everything under control, or I learned how to redirect somewhat quickly, then it got super better for me. Like I ain't had no panic attack in years and years. But
That's what's up, man.
man, bro, it was so bad, even with the depression. Like you would be going through depression and not know you're going through depression because
Real
I didn't
talk.
know what depression was. So it
I
was like for a long time I couldn't eat, or I'm
mm,
sleeping, I'm smoking, I'm sleeping, I'm smoking, I'm sleeping, I'm smoking. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to get dressed. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to
right.
be around nobody. I don't want to. So it was like, but I didn't know that that's what I was going to until I actually realized, oh, damn, this is what you're going to. You got to snap up out of this on the
Damn.
real.
That's real. I, I,
Yeah, it
I
was
think a lot. I think a lot of people, but I'm gonna say I think a lot of men suffer from depression and they
no
don't even know
questions.
it. You know what I'm
No,
saying? A
no
lot.
questions.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of men, a lot of I ain't gonna say all, but a lot of men, you know what I'm saying, we built tough. So our job is to, you know what I'm saying, provide, do what we gotta do, grind,
And
hustle, man.
we forced to push through this stuff.
Facts.
Like we forced to push through
Forced
it.
to.
You can't be sitting up crying about something, or you can't be like none of that.
Nay.
It's wake up and get back to work
And get
on
back
the
to
real.
it.
So it's like and that's when I realized that I was going through it because I wouldn't let nobody tell me that that's what I had to do. Oh, you gotta
Yeah.
snap out of this and you gotta
Yeah.
like I literally like sunk
Yeah.
real. And then it was like once I'm like, oh man, I can't be like this.
Shit. Hey man.
Like
But think about it though, bro. Everybody can't endure what you went through.
no questions.
You know what I'm saying? So
No questions.
shit. Oh shit. What happened? All is well. I'm finna wait until he get back on, but until then, we finna bump one of bro tracks. You know what I'm saying? We waiting until he get back on.
What up, son?
I don't know what happened, but how's everybody doing? I'm glad y'all done lasted thus long. We almost an hour in.
I was still in the trenches.
I'm finna let
Sleeping
my
on the
bro
floor, I'm just stacking these pennies.
his song flow a little bit. So until he get back in,
But I
get
still
back
stood on
on.
that business. I just wanna feel love. I don't feel no real love, it all feel fake. They tried to snake me, but it's still love. How can I be the good guy around all these snakes? I've been buying up these guns. Chopper came with drums. Don't ask me where I'm from. I am not for none. I heard the way that you be stepping.
I don't really know what happened, y'all, but all is well. I hope everybody Friday as well. If y'all going out, man, please be safe tonight. If y'all inside chilling, be safe. You gotta be safe everywhere nowadays. Shit is crazy out there.
I hope it's still a heaven for me.
But shit, all is well, y'all. All is well.
Slamming nitty through the tray for BD. 15 minutes before 7. They found my brother dead in the street. PTSD don't get no
He's
medicine.
trying to get back on now. I don't know what happened, y'all. Bear with us for a hot second.
13. We lost goggles, then lost Kevin. In less than 1 month, can't get no sleep. These niggas like a tide. Don't really be no goons. 50 in his pipe. But bro, he took your life, but I'ma send him to you soon. Ain't do it for no strife. Did it cause you on that tune. Now I can't trust the guys that I knew like half my life. Like I don't know who is who. They thought I was ballin', I was still in the trenches. Sleeping on the floor, I'm just stacking these pennies. Every time it's war, I be here in attendance. I could've lost everything, but I still stood on that business. I just wanna feel love.
Y'all, I don't know. I don't know what happened to my boy. I think he's trying to get back on. I don't know what's happening right now.
How can I be the good guy around all these snakes? I've been buying up these guns. Chopper came with drums. Chopper came with drums. Don't ask me where I'm from. I am not for none. I am not for none.
All right, there you go. There you go. Saying where you at, bro? You there?
What up, shorty?
I appreciate everybody for sticking in, sticking it out with us, you know what I'm saying? Showing love. Please like, share this message, man. People just don't really understand what a lot of us be going through that has dealt with traumatic experiences. Yo, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, it's real, you know what I'm saying? To keep going when you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, all kind of, depression issues and things of that nature. It's rough. It's rough what bro talking about. Yeah, I think we just gonna go ahead and end it here, y'all. I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in, but it's definitely Spiritually Uncut Family Talk Friday. Y'all be peaceful. Y'all have a good one. Until next time.
What I did for Devin, you'll probably get down on one knee. My mama, daddy was a reverend. I hope it's still a heaven for me. 645s with extensions. Slamming nitty through the tray for BD. 15 minutes before 7. They found my brother dead in the street. PTSD don't get no medicine. I lost my first friend at 13. We lost goggles, then lost Kevin. In less than 1 month, can't get no sleep. These niggas like a tide. Don't really be no goons. 50 in his pipe. Bro, he took your life, but I'ma send him to you soon. Ain't do it for no strife. Did it cause you on that tune. Now I can't trust the guys that I knew like half my life. Like I don't know who is who. They thought I was ballin', I was still in the trenches. Sleeping on the floor, I'm just...
Powered by Riverside FM.